Liverpool versus everybody. So I feel much better today. Um, Yesterday, right after, of course, is just the image I put, the thumbnail is pretty much what sums up the feeling after that game. And to have a player of that caliber, Hazard, come on, and as he does, make an impact for that team right away. It just snatches it away from you. You know what I mean? But it's no surprise to me. But some of the Liverpool fans that you see are just such sore losers, man. Such a loser's mentality about reacting to things. Um, Such whiners. Listen, we win that game like we should have. Um, it's banter. It's take that Chelsea. Um, Sorry, ball's overrated, which I still think it is. Chelsea's overrated, not on our level. It's so we lose a game and it's our B team. You can't say it's our B team when you just made a video saying this team is strong enough to win it. We're gonna destroy them. Our depth is better than Chelsea. We're gonna show that. Um, Blaming the ref, blaming this, that, and the third. Listen, we should be talking about today and last night. We should be raving about how good Sturridge looks as our backup striker this season. That's what we should be talking about. He should walk away in that game with a hat trick. The goal he does score, which give him credit, showed his character, stayed in the game, didn't let it really affect him too much. Um, but the difficulty in that shot, how amazing that shot was. I mean, it was as amazing as the misses were. I mean, they were that it was that amazing, and the first one I think in the first half he gets the ball, um, heavy first touch, loses it. He controls that ball. He does what Sturridge does. That's a goal. Obviously, the one where I think Christensen gives the ball right to him, basically. I can't make sense of that miss. I cannot make sense of that miss. So look, I mean, again, I've spoken about it a plethora of times on this channel. When you get the chances, you have to connect with them. It's as simple as that. The game is not hard. The game of football is not hard. Individuals make it harder themselves. That was Chelsea's B team, basically. The only people that start for them on a regular basis is Azpilicueta, I guess Kovacic, Morata's in and out, I guess. I don't really know. I don't watch their games like that. But, I mean, it was similar to us. We had Matip, who started last game in the league. But none of that back five are nailed on starters and probably won't be after that showing. We had Milner, who's been a starter, and we had Mane. So, I mean, it, basically, it was two B teams, if you want to say that. But stop the excuse making, okay? We lost that game because we did not handle our business. And all of this, oh, this is like the second year in a row that we play a hard team. And United and Chelsea, they don't play hard teams. So what? Beat who's in front of you, handle your business, and then you don't have to come out and whine and sound like a bitch after the game. This is Liverpool brought this on themselves. You have to be clinical. You have to take advantage of the chances you had. I thought Shaqiri was amazing. I thought Shaqiri was amazing. There's some moments there where um, he lost the ball or he should have made a better pass. But whatever, you know what I mean? It's his first 90 minutes. I thought Shaqiri was great. I really did. There's a lot that's gonna be made of Klopp storming on the field, and it's not that big of a deal. It must have been something that he saw that didn't go right. He wanted him to take the set piece instead of Hendo, free Salah, or something like that. But I said this after the game yesterday, and there were some really good performances. Um, Sadly, we're not talking about that because, again, in the cup, we go out in the first round um, in a game that we should have taken, in a game we should have taken. And so You can talk all you want about Alberto Moreno. We know what Alberto Moreno offers. There's no surprise there. You know what I mean? Is it a shock that he played the kind of game he did? No, no. So what's a little bit more strange for me is that we haven't found someone else to come in and be that. Again, listen, I knock on wood, we don't have any major injuries to certain players in that team. The fullbacks, you can't knock Lavin for being rusty. He hasn't played in a while, um, been hurt or what have you. But the fullbacks, man, we just can't. You saw what we were missing with Robertson, without Trent. I mean, it was obvious what we were missing. So, the midfield is Fabinho's first start. I think he probably had a mixed game, much like Sturridge. Some really amazing things, some things that just make you scratch your head and say, "Ugh, that doesn't look too good." You start to kind of maybe see why he hasn't really figured much in this season, and that's no knock on him. Again, I think he had some really really good moments for us. It looks like the pace of the game is just still a bit much for him. Naby again was another guy who had kind of mixed performances. I got mixed feelings thinking about what he did in that game. Um, but yeah, the excuses need to stop. We got to take the L. You take the L, and hopefully, we go to Stamford Bridge and get some revenge. That's all you can really say. I think it's more so a disappointment of not keeping that 100% record. Um, I think logically at some point you think that's you're gonna drop that 100% record. This is not where I thought it would happen at all before the game, during the game, and honestly, when Hazard got that goal, I wasn't really worried because this team has shown, sure, maybe not all the starters that we have, fine, whatever, but this team has shown there were some players on that pitch that have been part of comebacks and finishing games out. So I wasn't really bothered. I thought, and we had some opportunities. I'd say towards the end of the game. Um, just I guess just unlucky yesterday. Just unlucky. But some of that we made of ourselves. And sure, some handball calls should have been called. Talk about the offsides, VAR. At the end of the day, none of that has anything to do with us missing chances. So I'm not gonna come on here and blame friend, the ref. I'm not gonna come on here and blame the VAR, or how that allegedly didn't work. The two, basketball moments from Cesc Fabregas. I'm, I'm just not gonna do it, because they have nothing to do with missing point blank chances, um, or not making a better decision in the box, or having too heavy of a touch, or not attempting to run for a ball that you may be able to make it to, but you feel like Sturridge. I mean, and again, I'm not trying to knock Sturridge. I'm really not, because I think it was nice for him to kind of redeem himself after missing it. He was in good moments. He was part of some amazing kind of bits here and there that we did. Um, there's 3 goals in less time than a lot of guys playing. So all in all competitions, 3 goals. So I'm not gonna give Sturridge a bunch of stick off that. You know what I mean? But again, dust yourself off. Get ready for Chelsea. Because guys are mad now, and they should be. Guys are mad now. Um, you want to be in every competition, and to be knocked out of this competition yet again so early. It's disappointing to me. It's disappointing to me. And like I said, people will kind of shove it off as it's not that big of a deal. We got bigger fish to fry. The Champions League, FA Cup, the league, they're all more important. They're better trophies to have. Listen, man, at the end of the day, it's a trophy. And the fact that we aren't still in a competition, to me, is very, very disappointing. It's highly disappointing. So, um, you know, just got to dust ourselves off and fight back. Again, an enjoyable game, actually. I thought it was a really good game. Would have been but much better if we finished our chances, obviously. But they obviously they had a plan to attack Alberto Moreno, and probably could have gotten some more joy if they did it a bit more in certain moments. Victor Moses just had Alberto Moreno, you know, just all spread all over his toast, man. Just butter and jam all day. I think it's highly disrespectful for people to say, you know, how do you allow Moses as if he's just some kind of walkover player? He is part of a championship or league winning team and played a really good part in that. So, again, sourness, saltiness from Liverpool fans. And it's Alberto Moreno. It's not like there's no surprise that he had him on skates all game. And like I said, they probably could have had a little bit more joy. But yeah, you saw what we were missing without our starting fullbacks. To me, that was the biggest, the most glaring miss. Not the forward play, not the midfield. Although you could say it looks like we suffered without Genie. Um, Milner wasn't as amazing as he has been, and that's not a knock on him. Look, at some point these guys are going to drop. Um, but yeah, just frustrating to see us, you know, interrupt this 100% way we've been going. Really frustrating. But again, you know, if we're more clinical, if Sturridge, you know, Sturridge should have come away with a hat trick in that game. And again, he would have been the guy that people would have been talking about right now, not Hazard. It would have been Sturridge, and wow, how amazing we are. We're set for this season. Our B team is able to win games. But, you know, it just shows how important it is to have um, a stronger defense. We're still unbeaten in the league. Yes, we are. Yes, we are. Yes, we are. And that's something that shouldn't be forgotten and is to still be celebrated to a degree. You know, well, not celebrated, but yes, that is a fact. That's true, and I'm still happy about that. And hopefully that continues. Like I said, this is not a game that I thought we would lose. I didn't see this. Of course, you think at some point you're going to drop some points. At some point, this is not where I thought we'd do it, and so that's also disappointing. And you know, it is what it is. You know, we can say whatever we want. We lost to Chelsea at the end of the day. We can blame the refs. Um, yeah, we can talk about the handball. We can talk about the VAR. You know, again, none of those things have anything to do with point blank chances that you can make in your sleep. You know, point blank opportunities that if you take your time, you're a little bit more clinical with it, you're not too heavy with the touch, you finish it. And we're talking about Sturridge with a hat trick. And we're talking about being out of sight against that team early in the game. You know, they pulled a move that we did, and they scored close to the end of a half. Um, and we didn't. You know, we didn't do enough to stop that. How Hazard and Hazard's good, I get it. How a human being is allowed to just zigzag through your whole defense. I mean, that is and you saw it. As soon as he got on the ball, it was like, oh shit, this could be it, and that was it. So listen, either we're gonna either we're gonna do to Hazard this weekend what we did to in large parts of that game against PSG to Mbappe and Neymar. There's gonna be a guy that shadows him all game. I don't want to see Hazard running through our defense, and I get it. That wasn't our starting defense, so hopefully we won't have to worry about that. But it's got to be Genie. It's got to be Naby. Somebody in that midfield needs to shadow this dude, double team him, something. I do not want to see Hazard running roughshod through our defense this weekend. It can't happen. It better not happen. Or you're going to see a nasty motherfucker on this channel at halftime or at the end of the game or whatever. Um, I think we get back at Chelsea at Stamford Bridge. I'm not saying that because we lost. I just think we're going to be up for it. The chances we missed, I don't think we miss. The guys are going to be pissed off, and they should be. And so I really see us getting back at them this weekend. But again, we cannot allow Hazard to have these moments of brilliance. And I'm giving him credit because that's what it was. I don't care who was out there defensively. That's a moment of brilliance. It is cutting through a defense like that, just making them look like little children out there. Just, I mean, what what he did on that play was just, oh man, that was tough to watch. That was tough to watch, and to have it snatched away like that, it had to be Hazard. It had to be. Um, I remember when they brought him on and they brought N'Golo Kante on, I was like, man, are we gonna bring anybody on, or does Klopp just feel like we're gonna see this through? And obviously he thought we'd see it through, and we should have. We didn't. Um, so that's the price that you pay. That's the price that you pay when you allow a team to stay in the game that long. You don't take your chances. That's pretty much what it came down to for me. Not VAR, not the handballs, not the terrible ref calls, not all of that. It's not the fact that Carabao sponsors the Chelsea shirts, and Kevin Friend was just kind of doing what he was paid to do. None of that. All those are very nice, cute storylines and excuses, but Liverpool should have won that game, um, and that's what bothers me the most than anything. Chelsea are not a better team than us. They're not. Um, that's not me being sour or salty. That's just the truth. And when you lose to a team that isn't better than you, um, it's frustrating. It's frustrating. On the day they weren't better, in general, they're not a better team than us. They're not. With their strongest team, without their strongest team, they're not a better team than us. And so that's why I feel we will get back at them this weekend. And I'm hoping it's by a big margin, just to set the record straight. You know, um, I'm usually a guy who says I'll take a 1-0, 2-1, or whatever, as long as we have more points. I hope we destroy them 3-0, 3-4-0, and hopefully with the improved defense, um, assuming everyone's back healthy and or not back healthy, but everyone's fit and ready to go. There's no crazy freak fluke injuries last minute. Van Dyke's good. It's been a long time since we have lost a game. It has, and it almost felt like the last time we lost was the Champions League, but or I guess in the preseason, but who's counting that? But it has felt like forgot how it feels to lose. We've been maybe slightly spoiled to a degree. But again, it's not the end of the world. Mercy, what's up? Every time Hazard does something good, they make it look like he's a top three in the world. Overrated. Yeah, I say the same thing. But I mean, on the game for merit, look, he had an amazing moment. So I base it on that. I'm not one of these guys that are calling him the best in the league, that he's surpassed Neymar and Mbappe. And I respect people who think that. I just don't. He had a very amazing moment, and he's had a few this season for them. So good for them. Good for him. Does it make him the best player, or does it, stamp that this idea or narrative that he's the best player, and does that prove it? No, I don't agree. But I'm also not gonna be a sore loser about it and say and call him overrated. I think he is, but not. I've always felt that way about Hazard, but he had a great moment. And say what you will against mediocre defenders on the day. Um, look. This team is a team that was strong enough to win that game, with us playing bad defense, with the bad calls from the ref, with everything. But we didn't do it, and that's what should be talked about. Not about the cheating refs and Hazard's not. Look, he had a. If he's not world class, he had a world class moment. Okay, so yeah, I agree with you, Mercy, but you know, um, he did what he's supposed to do, and that is show up for that team, be the best player on that team, make it happen. Yeah, we should have won. We should have won, and that's what pisses me off is. And again, I keep and again I get it. I know it's not the strongest team, but I don't care. You have to be more clinical. Now, if that's Firmino, does he do a no look? Does he get those goals? Does he finish them? You think so? Firmino's had his misses in this team. Mane's had his misses. Salah, but you think? I mean, you think Sturridge would finish him? That's what he's on the field to do. And those are just, I mean, gifts. Gave us the ball. Um, so again, Sturridge should have a hat trick. I hate to keep saying it, but that's what really fires me up, man. Missed opportunities, missed chances, and again, more so that than anything else. More so, I felt like that was going to cost us than us actually losing the game. I guess those go together, but that's the I've never I don't think we'll ever lose because the team is just better than us or they just outclass. That's just not. I don't see that happening this season. We lose a game because we fucked it up. Trust me, we're not going to lose a game because we just incredibly outplayed and just dominated. That's just not going to happen with this team this year. It's not. Last season, seasons in the past, even here on the clock, yes, there's games where we were just the other team was just better. But lots of times it was because we just shot ourselves in the foot. You know, so no excuses for me, man. And I'm not gonna bring up any fan channels or anything like that because everybody has an opinion. But the mentality of some of these LFC fans is just amazing to me, and some people just eat that shit right up. It's amazing to me. It is amazing to me. But it is what it is. We got to bounce back. It's as simple as that. We got to bounce back, and we got an opportunity, a great opportunity to do that this weekend. And I can't wait personally. I can't wait. The game can't come soon. No, I wish the doubleheader was today. Um, I want Liverpool to get that game and and beat them where it hurts. Again to set the record straight because now, you go to Chelsea Fan TV or Chelsea 100% Chelsea whatever it's called, and they're saying that it's the quietest stadium in football, which I've been saying that there are times when it is, but to have Chelsea saying that, to have them say that the whole this whole atmosphere FC thing, the band, maybe that it's a joke. There's no okay. We're playing them at their place. Let's quiet them up. Let's make it the Stamford Bridge Library. I cannot wait. Man, I hope we really really punish them. I hope we really really punish them. Mercy, just like last season, we play a team in the League Cup that we play in next weekend. Coincidence? Yeah, it is what it is, man. I don't know. Um, you know, uh, but again, people will say, "Oh, it's not fair because City doesn't get these teams, United doesn't get these teams." Doesn't matter, man. Doesn't matter. You got to beat these teams that are before you. And if we are as good as we think that we are, B team or not, whatever you want to call it, you need to win these games. So this is down to Liverpool. This is not down to anything else. I don't. It shouldn't matter who you play. Is there a feeling of damn? United got Derby, who they lost to. City get Oxford or whatever the hell it is. Yeah, you think, damn, it'd be nice to start off with one of those teams, but you didn't. We didn't. So hopefully in the FA Cup, maybe we can get one of those teams. But it is what it is. You get who you get. You play who you play. You need to be beating who you play. Um, and again, Chelsea were not better than us. That's what bothers me the most. You know what I mean? And like I said, that will be the story. You watch. We drop points or lose a game, it's gonna be because we gave the game away. They're undoubtedly a good side, but we lost control of that match. Yeah, and our subs seemed to disrupt the rhythm. Need to be on the front foot at the weekend. Yep, yep. So want to set the record straight. Handle your business this weekend is all I can say about the guys. And this is not like I'm not. I haven't lost confidence in the team or I'm not being negative or I don't all of a sudden have doubt in the team. I don't. Um, but we need to be handling our business at the weekend. It's as simple as that. We've got to make this right. There's no way Chelsea, that team, should be beating us. I'm sorry. Hats off to them. They did it. But to hear 100% Chelsea fans talking that shit, and it kills me, man, because they're not that good. What did you think about Fabinho? Verdict is out for me. Um, Verdict is out. What you don't rate him? I thought he had a mixed game, like a lot of guys. I thought Naby had a mixed game. I thought Sturridge had a mixed game. Matip. A lot of guys had good moments. That maybe they're better in one half than the other. Listen, I think Fabinho is going to grow into an amazing player. To be honest, you kind of understand why he hasn't played much. The pace seems to be a bit much for him. Slow to a lot of things, some rash challenges. Um, so all of this kind of man, I can't wait to see Fabinho, and I still can't wait to see him be more of the team. But um, I'm not blaming Moreno for the loss, but we should have sold him. No, I agree with that, and that performance shows it. But that's up to Klopp. That's up to Klopp. It doesn't make sense, and I've spoken about this before. Everyone keeps talking about our depth and all that. The depth is not that great. Having a player to come in for another player doesn't necessarily mean it's great depth. It's depth, but how? What's the quality of the depth? So I don't know why Klopp holds on to some of these players. I really don't. God forbid something happens to Robertson. You're comfortable with, and even on the other side. All due respect to Klein, I think he's a fine player, um, but he's not this. Neither one of them are in the mold of what we need for our fullbacks to do. Neither one of them. And you saw how we were lacking that in the game. Again, I said it before earlier for some of you just coming on now. That was the most glaring miss, our fullbacks in that game. Not the center backs, not the forward guys, not the midfield, not the keeper. The fullbacks. That's where you saw we were lacking. Klein's not going to overlap and help out with attacking on that right side like Trent does. Alberto Moreno's not going to do that. It just wasn't there. It wasn't there. And so, I'm telling you, man, we lose those guys, and it's not going to be a pretty sight. So, and I hate to say that, but that's just the glaring truth. That was glaringly obvious. Um, so, we just need to bounce back. And like you said, you don't blame the loss on Alberto Moreno. That would be ridiculous. I don't think you should blame it on anyone but the team collectively, because the team collectively is what threw this game away. You can say Sturridge missing the chances. Um, I'm not going to do that. I think collectively we just you can't lose a game like that to a team that's not better than you. You should not be losing to teams that aren't better than you. I mean, that's obvious, but yeah, you can't let because there's this idea that Chelsea is on our level, and they're not. They're just not on our level. I give them credit. They won the game. They did what they're supposed to do. Hazard came on and was the man for them. That's what he's supposed to. That's what he's been doing for this team for the season so far. Shaqiri played amazing. I said that earlier. Yeah, that's you got to give him credit. Definitely man of the match for me, and that's 2 games in a row. And again, I've said this earlier too for people who are just getting in or missed it. There'll be a lot made about what happened after the game where Klopp storms onto the field and talks to him on the pitch. Um, Something with a set piece that didn't go right. But that's the second game in a row where Shaqiri showing Klopp, hey, bring me off the bench a little earlier. I can do something. I can help. I can be a game changer. So to me, that's the only guy that really and that's the disappointing thing. Keep a guy like Alberto Moreno around. You just hoping at some point. And that's why it was so funny to me early last season. People were saying, "Oh, Alberto Moreno's changing." Alberto Moreno hasn't changed anything. His mistakes weren't highlighted so much. He played within himself maybe a little bit last season early on, but to think that he was going to somehow switch his career around and be amazing for Liverpool was a joke. Not surprising Sturridge was rusty as he hasn't been playing regularly. I'd like to see Shaq in the attacking mid row center. Yeah, yeah. No, I'm not. I can't jump on Sturridge over this. It's disappointing that he didn't do better with 2 other chances, but I'm obviously not going to jump on his back about that. I would start Shaqiri against Chelsea on Saturday, but I don't think Klopp will do that. Yeah, I don't think he will either. That's a fair shout, actually. Do you think back to that 4-2-3-1 or 4-3-3 and come in for Salah? That's a fair shout. I was thinking that as well. I don't know though. I don't know. First of all, yeah, I agree. I don't think it'll happen, but mm, people say Moreno is good going forward, but he doesn't offer anything attacking. And no, he doesn't. He does. He's fast going forward. I don't know why people call him good going forward. He's quick. He got a little bit of pace. Other than that, neither one of them just. You could tell the whole back four. It was just. That was a huge drop off, man. That was the most glaring hole of the changes. It was that back four. And had some decent moments, of course. They weren't terrible the whole game necessarily. Alberto Moreno was pretty bad most of the game from what I can remember. Um, but that's not a game I want to watch back. It's just to see that happen like that, to see us fold like that, in a competition that was probably the easiest route to get a trophy. But look, it didn't happen. We're on to the game Saturday. It is what it is. So dust yourself off. Make it right, and just keep on in the league. Is Camacho on loan somewhere? No, Camacho. I don't think so. Camacho's part of the team. I thought he was on the bench. Was he not? I think Camacho was on the bench. I don't know. I can't remember. Oh no, maybe that was Curtis Jones. Curtis Jones was on the bench. I think. I can't remember. But I would have thought Camacho would have come in at some point, played some kind of role in this game. He didn't. So, uh, but listen, head up Sturridge. I think he's got to keep his head up. He's got to stay positive, and also we don't need Sturridge not being positive and confident. We don't want him that to shake him up. And again, it was good for him to stay in the game, keep his head in the game, finally get the goal. Um, but yeah, just unlucky in some moments off the post. Unlucky, man. Naby had a shot there, so just one of those days, man. It's frustrating, but we'll bounce back. We'll bounce back, and hopefully this weekend we can right this wrong. So Sturridge better than Kane, yeah. When he's on it, I think I would agree with that. When Sturridge is on it and not missing the shots like that, yeah, I go for that. I go for that. But that's it for me, guys. Enjoy your day. Thanks for the folks who participated, who came in. Sturridge is a good guy. Happy to have him around. Yeah, yeah. This whole lazy thing about, of course, people are still saying that after a game like that. He makes those goals. Nobody's saying lazy. Liverpool fans, it's who we are. See you later, Mercy. Take it easy, guys.